You wanna tell me what you would tell me, Nino?
Yes. Okay, are you familiar with the legislation that just went up for vote?
Which one specifically? I've read most of them.
Oh, good shit. Well, kind of in general. Do you have any questions about any of them? I guess let's start there. Oh shit.
Don't really know.
All right, easy. All right, so I'm gonna break it down to this. The process by which legislation's being put up has grossly changed. In that there has not been a window for us, the writers of the legislation, to actually speak to folks about what it is, what are their concerns, what kind of things need to change. There was a 3-day contest window in which, when we post out, hey, new stuff is up on City Hall, you can give us the feedback. We can go alter it during that contest phase. However, while the legislation got posted up, the law was changed from underneath us, removing a $100,000 cost to contest it, the vote, to create a referendum. And what that resulted in, so Ursula Leichenberg said she wanted to go and contest 6 of them. A judge removed the $100,000. It went up for vote, and then we woke up to all the votes being up on the ballot with a bunch of propaganda. So now all of a sudden our window,
since it's free.
I'm sorry?
You could basically lobby it then since it's free.
Precisely. And not just lobby it, but unbeknownst to anybody who's on the side of having written the legislation, they don't even know that it's going up the vote, right? There's no conversation period. Now we are working, we're gonna get in contact with some of the judges to get that sorted, because this doesn't, in our opinion, it doesn't seem very democratic, right? It becomes a matter of just propaganda, and fear mongering ends up winning at that stage. So the way that we're looking to resolve this now is the various circles in Los Santos. We want to take 1 or 2 individuals from each one of them and give them early access to the legislation. Now, granted, it's on the City Hall. We want you to see it even earlier than that. And that way, as you see things are coming down the fold, if you have concerns with it, want to change things, have opinions, you can help do so and be a part of that entire process. So
you want to have a focus group so it's not available to anyone, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. So that way you're not seeing hey, here's our version of it, and then we end up in a 2-week debate as to remove this line, remove that line, but rather you see you're part of that entire process all the way through.
Okay. So you want someone from our crew, or is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I suggested you know what I mean?
Yeah, we could probably grab 1 or 2 from our crew that's
okay.
Dabble in businesses and whatnot where it's relevant.
Okay, easy. Whenever you got those names, I need the names, I need the state ID, and I'm gonna get you into our little email listing. And
let me ask you a question. Is there any updates on the thing we spoke about last time?
The weed, the grow houses and stuff?
No, the materials.
That's Mopec. Yeah, that's the Mopec.
What a prostitute tat, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Mopec is the material reserve. Big PP is the general.
So I do have a question regarding the material reserve. If I understood it correctly, because you're operating at the net loss, but where you're making monies instead of taxation of individual businesses, is that correct?
Yeah, so I'll explain it. So the way that I did, you see the Sandy Saturdays that pop up. Okay, so I have controls over various things around Los Santos with these sliders. However, there's only a 7-day sliding window that shows how much did each job cost the state, right? But because it's a 7-day window that updates every 30 minutes, there's no way to really know. There's not enough data there to know how much the cost of each slider is. Over the last, the first 2 weeks, I did some estimates between leaving the sliders at 25% and then Saturday 100%, and to see what the cost to the state would be. And my general estimate is that when the sliders are all the way up, it costs the state $50 per material, leading to what was $9 million cost to the state, which was 33% of total revenue. And it looks like the slider is almost like exponential. In other words, if sanitation's produce, if we make it produce more, there's almost like a near exponential cost back to the state.
Okay, forgive me if I'm incorrect here, but the way I understood it was that you were gonna use a budget which a sanitation worker could go to the state and say, hey, I want to sell my materials to the state.
Correct.
For a higher price. So you would buy over market price.
Yes.
And then you would put those materials in mechanic shops that have first dibs on those materials for a lower rate so that they can operate at a good cost.
Exactly.
Right?
So in other words,
that would mean that you would lose money, but instead we
lose less money than
no?
Yeah, so the reason why we lose less money is because bumping the sliders costs so much more to the state than us
actually spending money.
Exactly.
I see.
And
okay,
on top of that, even if I blast it, everyone puts it in a buck coin, right? It just means more gangs going and getting, which is fine, right? But it doesn't solve the mechanic issue. So by having MOPEC, what do you call it? We can get like, let's say 50,000 a week, 100,000 a week. We could even get the car parts. So whether it's like Mosley's, whether it's this mechanic shop, that mechanic shop, we can give them some amount of material. We don't want to do it where we want to, it needs to be managed in a way where it's not a monopoly, but it's taking like a fraction and making sure there's at least some parts. We also do not want to create a dependency, right? Where the mechanic shops depend on us.
I think what Forehead was bringing up is whether or not it would be possible for us to sign some type of deal through our mechanic shop towards the city.
Your say again?
We were working on a mechanic shop, and I think
that
was the...
Nino, just an update for you. What's his name? Kevin. No longer with us, so...
Yeah, he doesn't...
Whatever he has going on is separate to our organization.
I got you. I didn't know that. Okay. But Future said some shit, but I didn't pick up on that. Okay.
To my understanding, there was talks about having our mechanic shop that was tied to him in coordination with the city and buying materials through that legislation. That
you can.
The thing is, the plan has kind of changed now, so we're looking at maybe starting up our own mechanic shop within our crew.
100%. Look, if we get the reality of the matter is, we've been put in a very shit position, where. If we don't get yes votes on this, I cannot sign any business proposals for 3 weeks because we have to rewrite it and there's a 14-day like cooldown period. If that gets passed, we're gonna immediately this weekend start looking over business dealings or business proposals, and we can get your mechanic shop up and going.
So since it was contested, what would be what's the process that would be required for it to get uncontested at this point?
We need yes votes. Yeah, that's the only.
It just needs votes now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I mean, like I said, we can help out with votes. It's not a problem, right? But
okay, I still have one confusion though, because you were mentioning certain people from different groups coming and putting in votes. Is this something that's relevant now or something that you want to implement?
Say that again. Relevant group.
Like, would you need people to go mass vote for something?
We
like
need
this,
mass voting. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
we can
because
get
you said there's 24 hours left, right? So you
there's about 24 hours. Yeah. So the ballots were fucked up over the weekend and they got unfucked last night.
So people can go vote right now.
They can vote right now.
Okay, we'll get everyone to go vote.
Okay, I appreciate that. Pretty much, I fully expect every piece of legislation to get contested now, as there's no barrier. You just need 25 people petition. So
what was the nature of this person contesting it? Was it just for spite? Or what was the purpose?
I mean, I can give you details. Look, I've been there's been some like north versus south bantering, like, you know, we call them blaners and shit like that. There was some issues between me and BCSO where there was a point in time where when BCSO was operating down here, it would cost our county money, and we didn't have the money. We just didn't have it. So they're just bleeding us dry. So a lot of, let's just say, disagreements soured very quickly. After having left them alone, I think that sourness kind of increased. But then there was also fears that I wanted to kick them out of Blaine County, which, you know, I've said that, but realistically, that's just not possible, right? But I think a lot of that has kind of taken to heart. And things have kind of amounted to a point that I think it's kind of, you know, this is their way of like fucking me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
Okay.
but the thing is, like, I squared it away with them, and then they threw sand in my eyes. So I'm seeing it at this point, transparently.
Okay. All right. I mean, we'll just to be transparent with you, like, we'll vote for anything that favors us at the end of the day. So.
Absolutely, and I want to, in that same light, my only function is to make sure that the people of Los Santos are good. Like, I'm not taking any sides with any crews, but that's why I want you guys at the table seeing this legislation, and any issues along the way, we'll get them sorted. So.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any questions unless you have something for.
No, sounds good.
All right.
We'll get those votes.
All right. I appreciate that. Gentlemen. Yeah, as soon as you can, send me an email, and I'll get you guys hooked up.
Yep.
All right. You take care. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Can you,